Hey, welcome back to Dirt Live. We've got a special guest here tonight, Johnny Buss. Hey, man, welcome to the show.
How are you?
You know, such an incredible to have you on the show. People out there, if you don't know, this is the owner of the Lakers, and you had a great experience this weekend in Reno.
I actually rode my first off-road race ever. Started off as motocrossers back in high school and worked my way around to some Formula 3 cars, SCCA level, and then let my life go away from racing for so long, and then at 56 come back and through the good guys at Wide Open got a car for the Reno 500, and my buddy and I, who raced motocross back in high school, I called him up and I said, hey, you want to race the Reno 500? He says, yeah, you're crazy. Okay, goodbye. And he said, no, really, do you want to race? And yeah, let's do it. And we did it, and we just wanted to experience it. But of course, you get competitive, and we did the suggestion of smooth and steady, and we ended up in first place. So we won in our class. That was great.
Well, you know, you said it right. I mean, the real deal was steady, you know, patient, be patient, let the race come to you.
Yeah.
And that was smart. I mean, we talked to you on Friday in contingency, very excited, pumped up, and then to see you out there at 3 in the morning finishing was incredible.
Yeah, 3 in the morning. Of course, we wish that we had finished before midnight, but 3 in the morning was just as good to us. We were just so thrilled just to complete the race. You know, this was a beat-up race. There was no the course. The course was a very difficult, rocky course. No question, it beat up a lot of cars. You know, what was it? Half the cars finished. And so we were just very happy to finish the race.
Well, you know, the thing about it is you guys had to do the same laps that the trophy trucks had to. I mean, here you got guys that are racing years and years and years, going 4 laps. Some guys could only make 3, but you had to do 5 to get a finish.
Yeah, well, especially when it came down to I think it was about, was it 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning, and our car had just come in, and they said, do you want to go back out for the last lap? And I mean, we were exhausted for our first race. I mean, exhausted. And but that competitive spirit kicks in, you know, that, hey, we're here for something. We're here to finish a race. Let's go. Let's go. And so we got back out there, and we came in at 3 in the morning, or 2:30, 2:45, something like that. So it was fantastic, and it was fun, and I didn't expect anything. I saw the finish line, flag came down, and I was ready to go back to the pits and go to sleep. But they said, no, you got to come around here, you know, champagne time, you're in first place. We did. You know, it was like, it was our first race, so we don't quite know the ropes, but we had it's just a thrilling time, absolutely thrilling time, and I just thank everybody. Like I said earlier, there was a newfound respect for all of these drivers and these crews that were so competitive and so good at what they do. I mean, when a trophy truck passed us, I mean, it was almost as thrilling as racing in the race, just to watch those guys do their thing. And I think I love racing now. Yeah.
You know, it's like you get hooked. You know, it's like hooked. Yeah. All of us. You know, I started racing my whole life. You know, but yeah. Have you been to Baja? You ever been to Baja?
I've never even been to the peninsula at all. Not even traveled there. So. I'm looking very much forward to another wide open excursion down there to get a little taste of that. I know the Baja's only in November, which isn't far away, so am I ready to make a 1,000-mile trip, you know, yeah, maybe with a crew of 6 or something like that, yeah, I might just do it.
Yeah, you know, the ones in Baja, a little trickier, you know, the 1,000, and you get more drivers. You know, you get like 6 guys
Yeah.
and a big team, and they finished 100% in Baja.
Yeah. Well, those cars are actually very durable, and you know, I mean, I've seen, I've heard, we've asked a lot of people about the BC cars down in Baja. Are they competitive? Is it really something? And they say, oh, you have to do it because all their cars are going to finish. You know, they have the crews, they have people who really care about where you are, what you're doing. If you break down, they will find you. You know, it's a good comfort level for what would be our second race ever. Yeah. You know, I mean, fantastic. So it's almost like a no-brainer to us, and we might see everybody down at Baja.
Yeah, I think once you get to Baja and you're hooked on racing. Now, when you get hooked on Baja, you're in trouble. You're in trouble, buddy.
Yeah, well, we were hooked on motocross. I got hooked on Formula cars, and that was another experience. But you know, truthfully, I love this. You know, this is closer to the motocross racing. It's fun to get dirty. You know, it's fun to get in that dirt and dust, and the challenge of not knowing where you're going to be, you know, 15 minutes ahead of time. You have a GPS, but you don't know if that rock is still there, you know, things like that. And that's the challenge, and that's what's fun about this whole thing. So I'm really looking forward to getting involved and, you know, and having competitive spirit with some of the other drivers. It's fun. That's what it's all about.
Now, the co-driver you had, was he one of your people or part of Wide Open?
No, it was, my co-driver is my high school friend that we rode motocross together, some desert races, and after lap 2, he got dehydrated and had to do an IV up at the medic facility, so we ended up having some Wide Open people help us out there with some co-driving, and actually we had one guy drive for us on the 3rd lap from Wide Open. So that was very helpful. It was very nice. I drove with him, and it was actually good instruction, you know, to have somebody else drive and see what's, you know, what we're supposed to do. The main thing that we're supposed to do is get out of the way. That was really the main thing that I learned, is these cars, not just the trophy trucks, but these, you know, Class 10s and Class 1, you just get out of the way sometimes, you know, because they will bump you, and we got bumped a couple of times because we weren't paying attention or we couldn't see in the dust. It was you know, it was a dust bowl out there too for a while, but it was a great race, and we really enjoyed it.
You know, because a couple guys, one of the teams stopped in the middle of the track and didn't realize if you got a problem, get off, because here comes a 800 horsepower trophy truck and plowed into one. I mean, definitely you got to watch it, but very smart thinking. And do you think the Formula One, the motocross, all this gives you that competitive goal? I mean, you know, you're the owner of the Lakers. I mean, you definitely got some competitive.
Yeah. I think, you know, I think you're kind of born with competitive spirit in a way. You can develop it, of course, but you know, I'm sure most of the drivers out there were born with competitive spirit. Yeah, we have competitive spirit in sports with the Lakers, and you know, we want to win that championship, and it's a drive to win. It's not just a, hey, maybe our team will win. No, our team had better win. And it's all in fun, competitive spirit. Can I bring that to off-road racing? I think so. As long as I keep my humble humble self in charge of myself, because some of these guys have spent so many years racing, and they're so good. You know, to think that I would be able to compete with them would be silly. So, but to be on the same course with them and to be buddy-buddy with some of these guys, it would be my honor. I mean, already I met Ivan Stewart just a few minutes ago, and gosh, what a wonderful guy. What a wonderful guy. And I've been watching him for how many years now,
All of us,
you know? And what an honor to meet him. You know, it's kind of funny that in the Laker world, you know, people are so honored to meet one of the Lakers or to meet me or you know, one of our family that own the Lakers. But in this world, I'm now the one that is honored to be a part of this. Yeah. And I just thank everybody who's been so wonderful this weekend, helping Jim and I, Jim Levesque, my high school friend, just helping us get through it and having a great time doing it. And you also, thank you.
Well, you know, like I said earlier, if you picked all the stories throughout the race, you know, I'm up on the podium with all of them. I mean, I put yours on the top of, I mean, here you raced 5 laps of probably the most grueling track in the world, and you made it, you finished, and you got to feel pretty good. And like I said, I think you're on to bigger and better things as you get down to Baja. So Johnny, very great having you on the show, and we were so pumped watching you out there. Ivan and I were talking about it during the race, and thank you for joining us here and Dirt Live, and come back again.
So my pleasure. Thank you so much, and good luck to everything. Thank you.
All right, well, we're going to go off the show tonight, and we want to thank Johnny once again for joining us. Check out the Lakers when they start playing this year. Right. We want to thank the crew, our sponsors, everybody out there watching. Yeah. We'll see you next week on Dirt Live.
Dirt Live is brought to you in part by Wide Open Excursions. It's your turn to drive. Dirt Live, promoting racers one interview at a time.